Every sport has its turning points, but few have gone through as many dramatic changes as bodybuilding. Today we're looking at 5 moments that shook the world of iron, changed the rules of the game, and permanently rewrote the history of this sport. Some of them might surprise you, others you already know, but all of them shaped bodybuilding forever. In 1965, a brand new chapter of bodybuilding history began. Joe Weider launched the very first professional Mr. Olympia contest, held on September 18th in New York. Until then, top shows like Mr. America or Mr. Universe were reserved for amateurs. Mr. Olympia finally allowed the best bodybuilders to compete as professionals and earn prize money, which was exactly why Weider created the show in the first place. For the first time, bodybuilding adopted a champion must defend his title system. Just like in boxing, the winner could return every year and stay champion until someone beat him. This was a huge shift that completely reshaped the structure and future of the sport. Larry Scott, the first Mr. Olympia champion, was a major reason the show was created. After winning Mr. Universe in 1964, he had nowhere else to go. There was no higher title to chase. That's when Joe and Betty Weider came up with the idea. A contest where all the champions could face each other for the title of world champion. Larry immediately loved the concept, and the first Mr. Olympia became reality. He won the inaugural show in 1965, defended his title in 1966, and then retired undefeated, holding every major title of his era. Even though the trophy didn't have financial value at the time, his victory marked the beginning of a completely new era. From amateurs to professionals, a new motivation. The creation of Mr. Olympia symbolized bodybuilding's transition from an amateur hobby into a real professional sport. Joe Weider transformed bodybuilding into something athletes could not only dedicate their lives to, but also earn a living from. Larry Scott, who had previously competed for honor, now saw the Olympia title as a professional goal. Suddenly, the champions weren't chasing trophies, they were chasing careers. That historic night in Brooklyn laid the foundation for modern bodybuilding, with Mr. Olympia at its center. Arnold Schwarzenegger became the absolute superstar of bodybuilding in the early 1970s. His huge, perfectly shaped physique, the Styrian oak, towered above the competition. From 1970 to 1975, he won 6 straight Olympia titles. Young Arnold was confident, charismatic, and electrifying on stage. His presence made fans fall in love with bodybuilding, and the media loved him even more. Pumping iron and the rise of bodybuilding in mainstream culture. A true milestone came in 1977 with the release of Pumping Iron. The documentary followed the 100-day preparation for the 1975 Mr. Olympia and showcased the intense rivalry between Arnold and Lou Ferrigno. The film became a commercial hit and introduced bodybuilding to mainstream audiences for the first time. It sparked a fitness boom across the world. Suddenly, gyms were opening everywhere, and people wanted to train like Arnold. Arnold's path to movie stardom. Pumping Iron also changed Arnold's entire career. His natural charisma on camera caught Hollywood's attention. The film made him a household name and led to his first major movie roles, including Conan the Barbarian, which launched him into global superstardom. Without Pumping Iron, Arnold might have remained just a champion. Instead, he became one of the most famous athletes and actors in history, and bodybuilding became part of pop culture. The early 1990s brought another major shift. After the reign of the symmetrical and aesthetic Lee Haney, fans were ready for something new. In 1991, a quiet, intense, massively built Englishman stepped onto the Olympia stage, Dorian Yates. 1 year later, he won his first Olympia title, beginning a streak of 6 straight victories. Dorian introduced a completely different look, extreme muscle mass combined with razor-sharp conditioning. He became the first true mass monster. His physique was dense, grainy, and brutally hard, something the sport had never seen before. A new aesthetic, hardness over symmetry. Where Arnold or Frank Zane represented flowing lines and classic proportions, Yates represented pure power. In 1992, he walked on stage at around 118 kilos, in a condition so dry that every fiber of muscle was visible. Many fans of the Golden Era didn't like this new extreme look, criticizing the loss of aesthetics. But it didn't matter. Bodybuilding had just evolved into something harsher and more extreme, and the judges rewarded it. Blood and guts, a radical training philosophy. Dorian's training was as intense as his physique. Inspired by high-intensity training principles, he trained with low volume but maximum effort. Each body part once a week, one all-out working set, taken to absolute failure. His training videos, famously labeled Blood and Guts, became legendary. The message was simple: you either give everything or you give nothing. This approach set a new global standard. Thousands of bodybuilders copied his style, trying to match the intensity that built the new era's champion. Dominance and legacy. Yates ruled the Olympia from 1992 to 1997 and forever changed the sport's expectations. After him came Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler, even bigger, even harder, continuing the mass monster era that Dorian had started. Some fans loved it, others hated it. Even Arnold criticized the direction of bodybuilding, arguing that extreme mass had overtaken symmetry. But the sport had changed, and there was no going back. Ronnie Coleman, the breakthrough of 1998. Ronnie Coleman started as an underdog. After college, he couldn't find work as an accountant, so he became a police officer in Texas. He trained on the side, won an amateur world championship, but early in his pro career, he was far from a star. At his first Mr. Olympia in 1992, he finished dead last. Rivals like Kevin Levrone and Flex Wheeler were miles ahead of him, but Ronnie kept grinding. His breakthrough came on October 10, 1998. He stepped on stage at the Olympia with over 112 kilos of shredded, full, unbelievable muscle. His back, his V-taper, his conditioning, everything looked unreal. The crowd went crazy. The judges couldn't deny him. That night, bodybuilding witnessed the birth of the King. Ronnie's training intensity, personality, and energy made him iconic. His famous phrases, "Yeah, buddy," and "lightweight, baby," became legendary across gyms around the world. From 1998 to 2005, Ronnie dominated Mr. Olympia with 8 consecutive titles, matching and surpassing every standard of size and conditioning. At nearly 300 pounds on stage, he became the symbol of the ultimate mass monster physique. Many believe he is the greatest bodybuilder of all time. The birth of Classic Physique, a return to aesthetics. In 2016, the IFBB introduced a brand new division, Classic Physique. This was a response to the extreme size of the open category. Classic Physique aimed to recreate the look of the Golden Era. Athletic, balanced, aesthetic physiques, with strict weight limits based on height. The posing routine also returned to more artistic, classic poses. Fans immediately loved it. The division brought back symmetry, lines, and flow, physiques that looked good even outside of stage lighting. Instead of pure mass, Classic Physique rewarded shape and balance. Chris Bumstead, the face of the division. The symbol of Classic Physique quickly became Canadian bodybuilder Chris Bumstead. From 2019 to 2023, he won 5 consecutive Olympia titles and became the most popular bodybuilder on the planet. His structure, broad shoulders, tiny waist, vacuum pose, is considered a modern version of the classic ideal. Chris openly said that Classic Physique allowed him to compete without gaining excessive weight. Instead of chasing mass, he could focus on proportion and aesthetics. His honesty and massive social media presence helped the division explode in popularity. New stars and global expansion. The first Classic Physique champion was Danny Hester, followed by two-time winner Brian Ansley. Later, stars like Terence Rough Diesel Ruffin, Ramon Rocha Queiroz, Urs Kalasinski, and others brought their own unique styles. In 2024, Wesley Vissers won the Olympia with his retro classic proportions. Classic Physique gave athletes, who would be too small for the open division, a real chance to shine. And fans appreciate physiques that look both powerful and aesthetically pleasing. The division has inspired a new generation of lifters and brought many people back to the sport. Bodybuilding has lived through dozens of iconic moments, but these were my personal picks. The moments that, in my opinion, changed the direction and development of our sport the most. Maybe you would choose different ones. If so, let me know in the comments. I'd love to read your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, subscribe, and share it. My name is Andrew, and I'll see you in the next one.